let our brother Ahmad Deedat speak for you.
Alhamdulillah wahda. Wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. Allahumma ya mufattihul abwab, wa ya musabbibul asbab, wa ya dalilal ha'irin, tawakkaltu alayka ya rabbul alameen, wa ufawwidu amri ilallah, inna allaha basirun bil ibad. Mr. Chairman and brethren, it gives me great pleasure to share with you some knowledge on the subject of two pictures of Jesus. Two pictures of Jesus, Quranic and biblical. To my non-Muslim brothers, this might seem strange that I'm saying that there are two pictures. There is a picture of Jesus Christ in the Quran, and the Christians have a picture of Jesus Christ in the Bible. And I am going to try, in the short space of time that is given to me, to do justice to that subject, Quranic and biblical. In the Holy Quran, in chapter 3, verse 42, we are told about the enunciation and the status of Jesus Christ. It begins, chapter 3, verse 42, it begins, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. وَإِذْ قَالَتِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ يَا مَرْيَمُ. It says, behold, the angel said, O Mary, إِنَّ اللَّهَ اسْتَفَاكِ وَطَهَّرَكِ وَاسْتَفَاكِ عَلَى نِسَاءِ الْعَالَمِينَ. That God Almighty has chosen thee and purified thee, chosen thee above the women of all nations. Ya Maryam uqnuti li rabbiki wasjudi warka'i ma'ar raqi'in. So, O Mary, worship thy Lord devoutly. Prostrate thyself and bow down in prayer with those who bow down. ذَلِكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الْغَيْبِ نُوحِيهِ إِلَيْكَ. That this is part of the tidings of the things unseen which we reveal unto thee, O Apostle, by inspiration. ذَلِكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الْغَيْبِ نُوحِيهِ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا كُنْتَ لَدَيْهِمْ إِذْ يُلْقُونَ أَقْلَامَهُمْ أَيُّهُمْ يَقْفُلُ مَرْيَمَ وَمَا كُنْتَ لَدَيْهِمْ إِذْ يَخْتَصِمُونَ. It says, you were not with them, O Muhammad, when they cast lots with arrows, as to which of them should be charged with the care of Mary, nor was thou with them when they disputed the point. The background to these verses is this, that the mother of Mary, she had vowed that if God Almighty gave her a child, she would dedicate that child for temple services, feeling and believing that God Almighty will grant her a son, yearning for a son, a male issue. God heard her prayer, and a child was born, and it happened to be a female. And a female is very much unlike a male for temple services. She was disappointed, naturally. But according to her vow, as soon as the child grew up to be big enough to look after herself, she takes this child to the temple of Jerusalem, offering this child's services to the people who were serving God. And when these people saw this child, this beautiful child, everybody was clamoring to be the godfather of this child. You know, it's a Western connotation. Godfather means somebody who will look after the child as a guardian. People were clamoring, the priests were clamoring. So they said, now the way to solve this problem is everybody wants to own the child, Mary. So they started casting lots, like head or tail. You know, we do head or tail. You toss the coin. So they casted lots according to the practice of the time, and it came to the turn of Zechariah that he was the fortunate person to be the godfather to this child. And there was a dispute, as always in things of this nature. You know, when you throw the dice, and if the dice falls for 6, they say, no, no, you cheated. Says, we do that. This is human nature. And there was a dispute about the throwing of the dice. So God Almighty reminds Muhammad, and in other ways informing us, that how do you know all these things, O Muhammad? How did this knowledge come to you? You were not there when they cast lots with arrows, nor were you there when they disputed the point. Where did this knowledge come to you from? So God Almighty assures him and is assuring us that this is from himself. This knowledge is given to him by God. But our Christian brethren, they would say, no, this is not from God. This is Muhammad's own creation. This is his own concoction, the Quran. See, because they do not believe in this revelation. They say that the Bible is the last and final revelation of God, though it doesn't say so. The Muslim claims that the Quran is the last will and testament of God. There is a dispute, and we try to settle that dispute, with regards to the Bible. This Monday just gone by, Monday the 3rd, in Baton Rouge, a debate took place between myself and Brother Jimmy Swaggart, one of the most prominent evangelists in the Western world today. He appears on more than 700 TV commercial stations, and as he says himself in his own book, he has thousands of cable channels. He is the most prominent in Christendom today. An amazing personality, charming people, him and his wife. I met them both and I love them dearly. We had this debate, and I was given to understand it will be also aired through some of your TV channels in your city very soon through